Good morning and welcome to Peace Out. Take 3. This is our 3rd time we're going to try this. I just turned the Wi-Fi off. Now it can't tell me I'm not connected to Wi-Fi, so I'll have to reboot my little router, I guess, or whatever. Anyway, I hope you're having a good day. I'm practicing Peace Out right this second, right? Settle down. It's okay. Not the end of the world. We're all good. Right? Anyway, so I hope you're having a good week. It's only Tuesday. It feels like Thursday of next week already, doesn't it? It's been kind of a crazy week around here. I don't know how it is where you are. So this week I've been studying Nehemiah. Started reading and studying Nehemiah. I'm kind of just reading it real slowly and pulling out some thoughts. As I'm reading it, I'm realizing how similar some of the atmosphere in Nehemiah is to what we deal with in the world today. Because we have a very toxic environment right now, right? It's pretty toxic out there. So that's why I've seen several of my friends just say, I'm not even going to do Facebook anymore. Goodbye, social media. And I've limited myself on social media because it can get so out of hand so fast. And I don't want to deal, right? But in Nehemiah, he had come back to build the gates and the walls and rebuild Jerusalem. And people got mad. They were angry. They were full of hatred. They just hated him for no reason. They were furious. It was just crazy how crazy they were mad that he was doing something good for Jerusalem. Just made them mad. Unreasonable. Totally unreasonable. And so what they did was they came at Nehemiah and they tried to cause him to fear. They sent him notes from this king or that king or somebody else saying, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. They tried to cause him to doubt what they were doing. This whole fight was in words up to this point, right? It's in words. Isn't it the words of others? The words we hear on the news, the words we read on social media, the words, isn't it words? It's just words that sometimes causes us fear. It's just words sometimes that causes us to doubt things. It's just words sometimes that robs us of that peace that God gave us. And we know all we have to do is let it rain, right? It's just words that causes us to get discouraged. It's just words. And so they were coming with words. Now there was a point they came to try to attack, and so they had to take their efforts, they had to reduce their efforts from full force to half, because half had to stand guard while the others built the wall. But I loved Nehemiah's determination. He said, we are building this wall. We'll do it with a sword in one hand and a hammer in the other, or however we got to do it. But we're not coming down. We're doing a great work. And so he refused to let the words chip away at his peace, at his direction, at his stamina, at his encouraging nature, at his determination to just get it done for God, because he felt like he was working for God to rebuild the city of God. He didn't let words tear him down. He didn't let the words that came against him and discourage him, right? And so I'm encouraging myself, and you could just listen in, right? Today, to just not let words discourage you from doing what you know is right, from following God, from pursuing peace, from studying his word, from getting closer to God. All these things that are the things that really matter in this life. And so I went over to Galatians 6:9, and it says this. It says, let's see, and let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we will reap if, boy, that's a big if. See, most people cut that off right there. Don't grow weary in well doing, for you in due season you will reap. But then there's this big if we don't lose heart. Well, can I say that, when Nehemiah was fighting physical people who were trying to discourage him, who were trying to bring him down from doing a good work, and he felt like he was working for God and they were trying to get him off the wall, just come down. He's like, I'm doing a good work. I can't come down right now. I don't have time for pettiness. I don't have time for fear. I don't have time for doubt. We've got to get this done because I got to go back. I got a certain time. I got to go back. Right. And so he's like, because he was there on loan basically from the king. And, excuse me. So he was like, but there's that big if. We will reap in due season if we don't stop, if we don't lose heart. So we want to fight everything that's coming against us, the things that try to cause us fear, The things that, we've talked about defeating our enemies. All of our enemies are defeated, and we don't have physical enemies. But these are real enemies that can get in our head, and if we let them rent space in our head and our heart, they can take us down so easily. Things like fear, and the words and the atmosphere, the toxic atmosphere that's around us these days can incite fear. We can end up living in fear if we're not really careful. We don't guard our hearts, right? It can cause us to doubt. Did God really say that he's going to bless us? Did he really am I really forgiven? Do I really have peace? Do I really? Isn't that the same question that the snake started in Genesis 3? Did God really say? And he made Eve doubt what God had said by a simple question. Did he really? Yes, he really. Everything in here is yes, he really. Everything. Yes, he will give us peace. Yes, he has given us peace. Yes, he has made us righteous. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't feel righteous, but I know that by faith, I know he made me stand righteous before his throne. I stand pure and holy before him because of what he did. My only work is to trust what he did, to believe what he said, and to follow him fully as I can, right? And so that I don't let doubt in, so that I don't let fear in, so that I don't let discouragement get to me, because those things are out there. And there's words coming at us all the time, similarly to how it was Nehemiah. Most of the time it's not as pointed at us, unless you're getting a discussion on Facebook. Whew, I don't even get in them anymore, right? Because it's just like, wow, how did that go there that fast? That was really fast, right? And so that went downhill. That escalated quickly, right? It's just so crazy right now. And it's the same spirit that was operating against Nehemiah to get him to stop working for God. So today I just want to encourage you. Don't stop doing good. Don't stop working for God. Don't stop letting peace reign. Don't stop, right? Because our enemies are fear, doubt, discouragement. I don't know if there's another one I can think of right this second, but that was a whole thing, was to get them to stop. And the enemies of our soul just want us to stop pursuing God. The enemy of our soul just wants us to stop doing good, to stop studying this word, to stop memorizing it, to stop reading it, to stop applying it and go, you know what? God gave me peace. I can apply that. All I have to do is let it rain. God gave me grace for today. His grace is always enough for whatever I face today. There's no room for fear there. There's no room for doubt there. No matter what I face. It doesn't say you'll never face anything hard again, or nothing will ever hurt your feelings, or nothing will ever hurt your heart, or nothing will ever be emotional. There'll be no more grief. There'll be no more sadness. There'll be no more. No, he didn't say that. But we know that in those things we have enough grace. God's given us enough grace to work through those things. It's like we're living in difficult times. People are set on evil, and that wears at our souls, right? And it's okay. It's okay. We just want to keep doing what we know we need to be doing. Keep pursuing God without letting it get in our head. Don't rent space in your head to the enemy that tells you to fear. Don't rent space in your head to the enemy that tells you to doubt. Don't rent space in your head, or for free, basically, to the enemy that tells you to be discouraged. God hasn't changed. This world has changed a whole lot since we started Peace Out 5 years ago. I mean, a lot. And it's changing every day. And it's the craziest thing I've ever seen, right? I don't even know what to do with that. Where do you file this, right? That's okay, because God has not changed, period. Nor will he ever change. He's still got the grace we need for today. His mercies were still new for us this morning, and he's already given us his peace, and he's never going to take it back. We can let it rain. That's what I'm going to do today. You too, right? Peace out. Have a great day. I'll see you again tomorrow.